The rumour mill's been in overdrive for days.
Who's in, Prime Minister? Planning big changes?
And during PMQs, the news finally broke. A cabinet reshuffle on its way.
I think you see the panto season has come early.
The PM planning to recast these characters, some hoping for bigger roles, others worrying about being forced out of the limelight. Bad news for some, summoned to the PM's parliamentary office, leaving without a job. Education Secretary Gavin Williamson failed to make the grade, leaving government after presiding over a chaotic period for school children during the pandemic. Gone too Housing Secretary Robert Jenrick and Justice Secretary Robert Buckland, also sacked. The hardest part done and the PM back to number 10. We know who's out, but who's in.
Have you been sacked?
Dominic Raab first to the door, keeping a cabinet seat but not as Foreign Secretary. Instead, he moves to Justice, a bitter pill to swallow, sweetened by a formal role as Deputy PM.
What is your new job?
Michael Gove, newly in charge of housing. If this government's really going to build back better, he'll need to make progress.
Are you pleased with your new job?
And Liz Truss, our new Foreign Secretary, the first Conservative woman to take on that role.
How are you feeling? Relieved?
Survival for Ben Wallace, the performance of the army in the evacuation of Kabul, cementing his role at the MOD.
I am very privileged to be going back to one of the greatest departments of government.
And a big promotion for Steve Barclay. He'll head up the Cabinet Office.
How are you feeling about your promotion?
Delighted, looking forward to it. Lots to do, and we're going to be very busy.
What do you think it says about the PM's priorities, this reshuffle?
Ensuring that post-COVID we take the innovations from COVID and drive that through government. I'm looking forward to doing so.
The new Trade Secretary giving her view on proceedings.
What do you think of the reshuffle so far? Does it feel like a reset of his government?
So I think we're bringing, great minds into posts where I know the Prime Minister has some really passionate desires to make change, bring reform and move the country forward.
While some key roles are unchanged, the Chancellor, Home and Health Secretaries remain the same, there's no doubt that this is a major reshuffle. What it shows us is that the Prime Minister is determined to move beyond the COVID crisis that's defined the past 18 months of his government. He wants to reboot an administration that's barely even got going, with a focus on his domestic agenda: health, housing, education and levelling up. On the front foot in this new parliamentary term, this a Prime Minister high on confidence and showing his power. We know what he wants to achieve. The real challenge now is to deliver it. Beth Rigby, Sky News, Westminster.